Hi, I'm Sabrina Brown, founder and CEO of Girlfriends Tea, where we offer magnificent luxury tea with your enjoyment in mind. Girlfriends Tea ranks within the top 5% globally of luxury teas. You can visit us at girlfriendstea.com and click on Shop Now, where you receive delicious flavors such as Uniquely Golden, Unapologetically Berry, The Other Bourbon, and the ever-popular Belle of the Ball. Because ladies, we are all the belle of the ball. I invite you to try a sample pack if you're visiting for the first time so that you can try all of the flavors. Thank you for joining me for a cup of tea. Well, everyone, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Girlfriends Tea. Girlfriends Tea, where I'm happy to have some wonderful guests. But I want to tell you a little bit about Girlfriends Tea. Obviously, we're a podcast, but we have our own tea line, Girlfriends Tea. And you can find out more about us at girlfriendstea.net. But I would be remiss if I didn't first thank our sponsor. Our ongoing sponsor has been a sponsor with us since the very beginning. And we so appreciate you, Ivy Hill Technologies. So you can find out more about ivyhilltech.com at ivyhilltech.com, but it's Ivy Hill Technologies. Ivy Hill Technologies has professional services to help you with HR and IT. They've got it going on. ivyhilltech.com. Again, ivyhilltech.com. So I have a wonderful guest with me that I've been anxiously awaiting to be able to talk with him. And I'm going to bring in the whole family now. Trevor Lucas.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having us.
Oh, glad to have you. Glad to see you, Van and Layla. Welcome to Girlfriends Tea. And per my tradition, I'm going to toast you to welcome you all. I love it. I love it. And I love your company name, Anomaly. So
Absolutely.
Everyone, again, this is Trevor Lucas. He is doing some wonderful things, wonderful testimony. I say to the glory of God.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. I am just so excited to have you and your family here, Trevor. Vandalette, I know you go by Van, and Layla. So I want to ask y'all just generally, how are you feeling today? You feeling great?
Long as they good, I'm great. All right.
That's great. That's great. So I'm going to be very brief in my introduction and just tell you something about Trevor. So believe it or not, and you're going to find out why I say believe it or not as we go into this interview. Trevor is certifiably colorblind with a condition known as deuteranomaly. Did I say that right?
Deuteranomaly.
Deuteranomaly, right.
Yep.
So here's the name of your business, Anomaly Art Studio.
Absolutely.
Yep. And the name is ironic, Trevor, because in spite of your colorblindness, you've painted vibrant murals, portraits, and illustrated colorful children's books for years.
Absolutely.
And you get your assistance from your wife and your daughter. And I love to call them the Color Council.
That's it. That's it.
So you were explaining to me right before this interview that your color blindness is a red blindness. Can you explain that for us?
Well, the way that it was explained to me from a scientific standpoint, there are cones in your eyes and they pick up all the color spectrum. Some of my cones are a little off, so the greens and the reds and the browns kind of merge together. So I may see something that looks brown to me, but it may indeed be red, or it may be green. Those hues, I can't really tell the difference between, like talking about. Now, we'll do things by association. Like if I see something that looks like a fire truck, I know that's red. But those in between colors, purples and fuchsias and mother of pearls and all of that, not happening. I got to call them.
I love it with the mothers of pearls. Well, I just want to get straight to it with your creativity. Now, you all, this wonderfully talented man is colorblind, but because of the covering that God has given him in his wife and his daughter. When you look at this, I just love this photo. Love it, love. Is that a dog? I love dogs.
Yeah, Coco.
We just may as well introduce Coco. That's what I do. I don't leave anybody out. And look at Coco. Wouldn't he come when we got a Coco looking afro?
Absolutely.
I love it. And you know what, Trevor? You know what I said to everyone? Well, let's talk about where you did this at. So many wonderful images at the mustard seed place. So let's talk about that first.
The mustard seed place was an opportunity. Miss Angela Reddix. If you're from the Hampton Roads area, you know who Dr. Angela Reddix is. She built basically a hub for women that maybe if you're ambitious, you're a business owner, you want to be a business owner, you want to hang around people who are ambitious to kind of get you motivated to do better and be better. She built a place that's for you. And this place, she asked me to do murals that exhibited the power of women, the ambition of women, and the strength of women. So all through there, when you go through the hallways, you'll see different women, different races, ethnicities, ages, and you'll see yourself represented in there. And that's basically what she hired me to do. And I feel like I did just that.
Oh, and you did just that. And I know they interviewed you there, the Mustard Seeds place, the television station. And I read about you, and I heard you say that now that building used to be TCC, right?
I'm glad you brought that up. Yes.
And before it was the Famous.
Yep.
So how did you adjust? And then I'm going to ask you about the TV. How did you adjust to doing that there?
Well, the thing is, whenever I get a job and somebody hires me to do a job, I'll hear their heart on what they're trying to exhibit. I want to know basically the spirit behind what they're trying to do. And I wait for the download from the Holy Spirit.
Download. Come on. Wait a minute. Download from the Holy Ghost.
So I can't really take credit for it. I hear the person out. I go home and I sit around until that download comes in, and I go and put it on the wall. So that's how it happens every time. And again, I'm colorblind, and let my wife tell it I'm a little crazy. So I can't take credit for any of it, you know.
I love it. Somebody said, I know you know Nikki, that you did a great job at MS. You want to tell us about that? Probably don't remember. Okay, Nikki.
Nikki, tell me what the MS
Tell us what it is, Nikki, because I like to involve the audience. So we have people making comments saying, that's my brother.
I appreciate y'all too.
Awesome, superb work, etc. So, the mustard seed, girl. Okay.
Oh, mustard seed. You say mustard seed. It took me a second. Thank you, Nikki.
Okay. Look, both of us. You think I don't know. I was thinking about TMSB. Love it, Nikki. We love you.
Yes.
Okay, so you started drawing at the age of 12 years old.
Yep.
And tell us how that came about.
So I really didn't pick up how it was put down until later. But when I was younger, I went through, everyone grows up in some tough situations from time to time. I grew up in an abusive household. There were a lot of negative things that was happening in my life. But I think the pinnacle of the negativity was my mother died. We were putting up an antenna in the front of the house, and the antenna fell over and hit a power line. She was electrocuted. So when that happened, me at the age of 12, I think I was 11 and a half or 12, you can imagine how that could impact a child. So being that you're in an abusive household, the person that you knew that loved and cared about you is now gone. You kind of lost for what direction to take. Mm-hmm. You do know that you don't want to be in the situation you're currently in, because me and my stepfather, he was very abusive. At the end of his life, we got everything together, and there was restoration in that relationship. But at that time, I was basically left with a horror story of a life at this point. Now I don't have any protection. So anyway, we ended up moving to a place called Lafayette. And my getaway of choice first was drugs. I got into, of course, I smoked weed, but I also got into heroin. And this is at the age of 13. So with that, I used to always watch Bob Ross. But I don't know if you remember Bob Ross. He was a
No.
white guy. He was a white guy with an afro on PBS, and he used to paint like landscapes. He was super good, gave you this nice, calm voice, made you feel comfortable. But what I took from him was he was changing environments. Like I was in my living room, but the picture he painted took me to what he painted, whether it was in the Alps or China, whatever he painted, it took me there. So a light bulb went off in my head. I know I'm a kid and I can't really escape my situation financially, but maybe I can, through imagination, creating artwork, I can find myself a getaway from my current situation. So that's what I did. So I
Come
started
on.
painting things. I used to paint on buildings, graffiti, but I didn't paint tags all the time. I would paint scenes and things that I found to be beautiful and pretty. At the time, I'm a drug addict. I probably look like it. So people didn't really look at me or want to talk to me. But I'd paint something and go stand across the street and I see them look at my work. So it made me feel like they saw me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it was kind of my way of showing that I could provide something good to society, you know, even though I know graffiti was illegal. But as life went on, I got in some trouble because if you're a kid and you got drug problems, you got to feed that drug problem, right? So to do that, we would rob people, break into places and things like that. So I happened to break into somebody's house. I wasn't really looking for no smoke. I thought they weren't there, but somebody was there. So when I heard them, I went to go out the back door. Man came out the back door with a shotgun. He shot as I was trying to hop the fence, and I got shot in the butt cheeks. So with that being happening, I'm in pain. I'm smelling myself burning. I'm not really thinking that if I go turn myself into the hospital, the police are gonna realize who robbed this house. So, I'm a kid, but I know I need to get to a hospital. So I
Right.
did just that, went to a hospital. Needless to say, the police showed up. They knew I was the kid that robbed this house. I ended up getting sent to I guess, a boys' home, a juvie type of situation. So in there is where I kicked off the drugs. And long story short, a friend of the family was able to get me away from my stepfather and get me back to my grandmother. And went back to school, started getting myself together. But instead of going to college or anything, when I was 17, she signed me into the military. So that's how I got out of that situation and here in VA.
I'm going to pause your story because this is the main story. Everyone share this live, share it because it's awesome. You know what, Trevor? You have a beautiful wife and daughter beside you. So I realized as I started reading about you, that they are really the masters behind the color.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? So I
Oh,
want y'all to tell us because very colorful. Okay, come on, Van. Come on, Layla. How do y'all coordinate together on those colors?
I mean, I can. It's not really too hard or anything like that. He usually already has the picture put laid out how he wants to paint it, and then he just kind of shows it to us and just asks us, can you name these colors for us? And then, I mean, for me, and then yeah, we just do it. I mean,
all right,
No, Layla, if I had to just do it, it would be jacked up, okay? So y'all got some talent here. I couldn't say that I could put those colors together. So
she'll
y'all just
even
talented.
there are some times where I'll create a color that's not a color. So they
Okay.
gotta tell me what to put in that place. Like, nah, that's like flurple. It's not really a color. You need to make that this. So they'll do that. But go ahead, baby. Your side of it.
it's not an easy task.
Well, I can't hear you, Van.
It's not an easy task. I would say
Okay.
because due to his challenges, he likes to challenge himself even more. So he'll ask us for these colors, and they're typically not just one color. So you have to be creative in how you explain what this color is or could be.
Right, right.
So
Okay.
it can be a bit sometimes I wonder if I'm colorblind because I be like, man, I don't know. like at mustard seed.
Yeah.
That was a challenge for me. I don't know about Layla, but whenever I get stuck, I'm like, oh, Layla, because
Layla's actually the artist. She's an artist.
She's the one.
Yeah, she's an artist.
She said it's no big deal, but she's the one.
Right.
Well, that go ahead, lady.
I know what they're called. Right. You know, from past experiences. Right. So sometimes it's easier to be like, oh, that's I don't know.
Right.
You know, chartreuse. Yeah. You know,
that's wild.
I know, but it's like, okay. From experience.
Yeah.
That's
a real
Okay.
That's crazy. Okay.
I'm going to be honest. It's hard for me to understand because they're away from the mic, but it's okay.
Okay.
My bad. No, it's okay. We're good. We're okay. Because they're right there supporting you, and that's what they want to be. So I want to get back to when you said you went into the Navy.
Okay.
And I'm going to show a little clip, as you know. So you went into the Navy, and as I was listening to something you have on your site, tell us about how the Navy inspired you as far as you can make some money. Because you said you were just painting what? Did you say $1 billion or $1 million ships?
I mean, I'm going to say between million and billion, right. Expensive ships, you know, a lot of tax dollars that go on those ships. But so when I got there, essentially going to the military was when I found out I was officially colorblind. Because in entering the military, you got to pick a job. So due to, I guess, my past and how things was going in life at that time, I wanted to be a SEAL. So when I got in, I figured if I'm gonna do the military, I want to do the most military job I can find. So in going there, you got to go to a program called BUDS. But before they let you out and give you guns and all of this stuff, you have to sign paperwork and take tests. So one of the first tests they gave me was a color test, where they got these dots on the page and there's pictures within the dots, but you got to be able to see the colors to see the pictures. Needless to say, I failed that terribly. And you know, they don't want nobody in the military, in the SEALs, trying to defuse bombs that don't know the colors of the wires. So I didn't get the job. So where they took me was to a place called, well, they call it undesignated. So you don't really have a job. So they'll assign you, say, a bosun's mate or machinist or whatever in the meantime. So I chose bosun's mate. Bosun's mate is like, and I don't want to say Navy janitor, but we do the grunt work. We pull the ship in, we take the ship out, we put gas in the ship, we paint the ship. We were like the real, the blue collar of the ship. So in doing that, when I got there, first of all, it was a hard time finding me because I would hide in these sleep places all the time. They had to hire somebody to find me, literally. But they found out I was good at artwork. They seen I would sketch something everywhere we went. And sometimes we had me paint stuff on the pier. Then they would started asking me, hey, we got these rib boats, the little boats that, you know, we send to other ships. You want to paint shark's teeth on the front of those or something? Hey, why don't you paint a mural on the front of the machinist's office? Then I painted stuff on the quarterdeck. Before I knew it, I had murals all over the ship. So my artwork was the decoration of the ship. When people walk on the ship, my artwork was right there. A picture of the person the ship was named after. So when I really realized how expensive these ships are, and them giving me the opportunity to paint on them like that, I was like, I can make a career. I got to be able to make a career out of this. They trusted me with these very expensive ships to paint all over them. So that's what I did when I got out.
Now, that's what God would do. That led you to your first paid project.
Yep.
Your first paid project as an artist, which was?
The first paid project I had was the AFRAM. I don't know if you remember the AFRAM festival. The African American Festival was big in this area. So I started selling art out there. I would get paid for my art and prints at the AFRAM Festival. Then that turned into somebody asked me to do a children's book. So from there, I started doing children's books. I've done 36 children's books at this point. A lot of people don't know that I did it in the background. I moved into designing clothes, like doing custom clothing for about 10, 11 years. I did pretty well. A lot of people that know me from back in the day call me G4 because the name of my company was G4 Custom Clothing. And I made shirts for everybody around here. And that's what kind of got me into the community aspect of it. With hearing the stories of people. I made 1 year, 2005, I made so many rest in peace shirts that I bought a BMW.
You made so many
rest in peace shirts, like
rest
people,
in peace. Okay.
Yes. So, and all of the shirts, the ages was between age 14 and 26. So it kind of a lot of gang violence. Like I started making a lot of red shirts. I started making a lot of blue shirts. I seen how things kind of changed in the area. So that's what kind of made me a little more keen to the community, and not just the community, but the type of images I put out within the community. So I started feeling like a death merchant. I'm making shirts for the Bloods. They go to the beach. I make shirts for the Crips. They go meet each other at the beach. They shoot each other. Now I'm making rest in peace shirts. So I didn't find that to be a good way to be operating.
Right.
So from that point, I decided that God gave me a gift, and the gift I give back is what I do with it. So I'm gonna always put out something that's positive, that puts out a more beautiful perspective of life. They got enough negativity out here. I don't want to be a part of it. So from there, that's what kind of moved me to the murals and everything else.
I'm going to play this because I don't think we think about what I'm going to play. You did. We'll talk about the outdoor mural that you did at Busch Gardens, but you think about, hey, you really need fair weather. So let's just take a look at this.
All right. Well, this is day one on the Hope mural. And it was a little stressful because last week I seen it was supposed to rain. It was looking like it was going to be clear, but then the weather switched up. So it was supposed to rain. It rained yesterday. It was supposed to rain today. It was supposed to rain tomorrow. But when I draw this thing out, being that it's so big, freehanding it is not the way to go. So I use my projector. So I had to come up here at 6 this morning to try to beat sunrise because they could only open as early as 6. So 6 o'clock, I'm out here and I'm scrambling, trying to sketch up as much as I can before sunrise. So trying to beat the sun, trying to beat the rain, but God is good, man. We got a good start. The bottom section is done. We're gonna get to the top tomorrow.
I love that when you said, but God is good.
Absolutely.
I love that. We know he's good. And it's just, our hearts are encouraged when we yoke with like-minded individuals who give God all the glory and all the honor and all the praise. Billy Cook, he's in the audience watching. He said you were a king surrounded by your 2 queens. So
That's right. Billy is actually my project manager. So
really, and I know Billy.
Billy got me that job, the Hope project.
Really,
he did the contracts and stuff. He's very instrumental in me getting that job. So yeah, that's my guy.
Outstanding. He's a brother-in-law, one of my very good friends. So I'm familiar with Billy. Yes.
All right. So we family then.
Yes, that we are family. Billy and his wife, I know them. So I want to share that everyone about Busch Gardens. Now, this is huge when you announce this. So your artwork is officially with Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, because I know there's more than one Busch Gardens. So the world's most beautiful theme park, as you say. So you have a Summer of Wonder. There was a Summer of Wonder Festival, and the mural is located in the Italy section, everyone, of the park, across from the Escape from Pompeii.
It's Escape from Pompeii. It was
Pompeii.
there.
Okay, there you go. You can tell I've never been anywhere. I couldn't say Escape from Pompeii.
Yeah. They escaped though. They got out of there. That's all that matters. No, but the festival started June 3rd. What was it?
Well, I have it June 15th through August 11th.
There we go.
I'm looking right at your info.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Yeah, it started then and it went through August 11th, and millions of people got to walk around and take pictures in front of that mural and tag me and send me pictures with them there. It was people from all over the world go to Busch Gardens. So it was very nice for them to give me that opportunity, and it definitely opens more doors. They actually not only had a mural there, but they hired me to do another mural in Virginia Beach on the Atrium Hotel. Like, it was all happening at the same time. So the Atrium Hotel, I think it's on 21st and Arctic, is there, and it's right across the street from where Pharrell is building his wave park.
You know, I saw that. Were you on a trampoline?
Girl, no. I was
Oh, that was the one? I thought I saw you drawing on a trampoline.
No, this was, you probably talking about the lift.
Not the trap, whatever that thing is on the side.
It's the lift, yes. Let me tell you about that. I was like, I ain't jumping nowhere. No, let me tell you. I almost felt like I was on the trampoline, though, because that was my first time going that high.
Right.
I've done big murals, but that was 4 stories up. And that scissor lift, when the wind started blowing, I had to pray for a little bit that first day to get myself together. But after a day or two, I got used to it. But yeah, being a muralist is it's not just drawing and painting pictures. You got to be an athlete, because you climbing, you bending yourself a lot of ways. You also got to be a mathematician, because you got to figure out how to measure these things out properly. You got to work on the fly. It's a lot that comes with it. So, but I would have it no other way. It makes me work for my art piece. It makes me appreciate it a lot more when I'm done, because I literally put my blood, sweat, and tears into that artwork. So yeah, Busch Gardens hired me for a couple of spots in the same month.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna do something right in the middle that I hadn't planned on doing, you all, but I'm gonna play this because I want them to see it, and hopefully to play without a commercial.
Okay, let's see.
The grass, we're barbecuing, birds are chirping. I'm not going to invite you out to a barbecue, but I am going to invite you out to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg for the Summer of Wonder Art Festival. I'm going to be there. This mural you see me working on behind me is going to be there. Come out, tell your friends, tell your family, take pictures. It says, I am Virginian in the center. If you're from Virginia, get in the middle of that mural and take a few pictures and tag Anomaly Art Studio. But I'm not going to be the only artist there. There are other elite artists that are going to have murals all over that park. Elite artists from all over Virginia. So come out, represent, support these artists, support art in general, enjoy the park, and enjoy the art. From June 15th to August 11th at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. I hope to see you there.
Absolutely amazing. Amazing. So I want to see how good that art was, just another piece of your art. So we have some people still congratulating you.
I appreciate y'all, man.
My friend Joyce is here. Nikki. Now, Nikki is not going anywhere.
Come
so
on, Nikki.
Now she's saying her favorite thing to comment on his posts is, now I really can't afford you.
She does tell me that.
Now, Nikki, I can relate to that, honey. You better get to know folks before they get to the come up, right? When they get to the come up, it's like, look, do I know you? Do I really know you?
Nikki, I've been having your coupon set aside since the first time you said it. I got you.
See, Nikki, he's got you.
So
I know you say you do this with a purpose. Obviously, we know now your heart for God, but just share the heart of your purpose, and then we'll close out.
You know, my purpose is I've done and put some negative things into this world early on. And I've come to find who and whose I am. So if I was made in God's image, then I wasn't made to be out there stealing, thugging, and bugging. I was made to be great. I was made to live out the way that he lived things out. You know what I mean? So once I got an understanding of who he is, if I'm the son of a king, what I'm doing out here acting a fool in these streets like that, you know? I'm going to represent him properly. I'm going to represent my lineage properly. You're going to know that I come from greatness whenever I show up. And not just to give me credit, but to give the person who gave me that gift credit. And at the end of the day, everything that I do, I'm going to do something that leaves the world better than I found it. Like I said, I've done enough negative things. I'm cleaning things up, and I'm showing people what the other side of things looks like. So at the end of the day, I want to be an example of who my God's character is, and I want to live out the purpose that he gave me. You know, a lot of people want to be successful, and that's great. But success only benefits the person that's out there, you know, looking for that success. I want to be significant. I want to do something that not just helps me, but helps the world and help those around. And that's how I'm going to live my life. It's not that I'm some community activist or give me any type of label. This is a lifestyle. So this is how I'm going to live. This is how I want people to treat me. And I'm going to treat other people like that the same way. Now, I don't come for no smoke, but I ain't running for none neither. But at the end of the day, I'm here to leave things better than I found it. And I'm going to live full and die empty while I do it.
Woo! Come on, I just got it. Woo! Live full and die empty, because you're constantly giving. Love it. Reminds me of the parable of the talents. You know, when Jesus asked us, what did we do? I mean, he already knows. We're confessing it. What did we do with our talents?
Absolutely.
Any talent that we have, everyone, hear this. It doesn't matter. Whatever your gifts and talents are, they were given to us, you and me, for the glory of God the Father. That's it. That's it. And then he lets us get blessed as we're out there, you know, glorifying him. But ultimately, it's for him. So before I close out, I want to recognize everyone. You have to go to his website, anomalyartstudio.com.
Yes.
anomalyartstudio.com. And I'm going to put that here so everybody can see it. You've got to go and find out all about him, which is what I did. Anomaly. I spelled it wrong, but anyway, you get it. Thank you for that calling me out. I'm sitting here typing online just to try to get my, that's what I do. I want to get it in. So Anomaly Studio, there we go. Anomalyartstudio.com.
Absolutely.
Anomalyartstudio.com. But you know, you have some awards. You received the MLK Leadership Award in 2007, all on your site here. Top 40 under 20, 2019. And of course, you've done the children's book, and you got Illustrator in 2020. You became a national award-winning illustrator in 2020. So many things here, everyone. So many awards by a wonderful individual who's giving back to the community. So your testimony is making room for you. As Joyce said, commented, what a testimony. Love it. So your gift is making room for you. What would you like to share in closing? But before you do, I want to remind everyone of his website, anomalyartstudio.com. You can contact Trevor at goanomalyartstudio@gmail.com. goanomalyartstudio@gmail.com. And then I'm seeing that I already had your website, so I didn't even have to type that in there, and I had it in there right. So he's Trevor Lucas on Facebook, but tell them how they can find it, like under Driving Ambition.
Yeah. Search me under Trevor Lucas /Driving Ambition, and you'll find me on Facebook. You'll see.
Okay.
And
on IG,
anomaly_art_studio.
Right. You all see that. Follow him. Follow him. So thank you, Billy. He gave me a shout out. And then Teresa says she's your cousin.
Thank you, cuz.
She's your cousin. So I love it. I love it. Anything imparting anything you got coming up that you want us to know about?
I do got something big coming up, but I'm trying to keep it under wraps until everything.
Well, you can tell me.
Okay.
And I will keep it on. I'm gonna talk to you and the wife and the daughter.
Yeah, I got you.
You can tell me.
But it's pretty big, man. God is expanding let's just say God is expanding my territory.
Look at God. Yeah. As we say, look at God.
Yes, indeed.
Well, go ahead.
I guess my last thing that I'd say is your past does not have to reflect your future. Where you start doesn't mean that's where you're going to end up. So I started out painting in alleyways. Now people call me to paint around the nation. Once I realized what God gave me, and I wanted to make sure to give him that back, that's when things changed. So just know you wasn't giving your gift for you, you alone. Understand who gave you that gift, respect that, and give it back to him. When that happens, he's gonna bless it. I don't care what happens. If you're going through hell, keep walking.
Come
He's gonna
on.
be right there beside you. So that's all I gotta say.
Oh, you know what? You've said a lot. Thank you for your testimony. Thank you so very much. And I'm honored to have your wife and your daughter here, because I know I wanted them at first. They said, oh, they're not gonna do it. But I'm glad they're here. I saw you put on Facebook. Y'all join me with my wife. Join me with my wife and daughter. So I'm happy to meet. I'm happy to meet you all, because you all are gifted and talented as well.
I wouldn't be the man that I am today without him.
Come on.
Y'all don't see them all the time, but they always working in the background.
Wonderful. Well, everyone's going to follow you. We have people still commenting. I'm going to close out from this last comment. And she says, Linda, that she's proud to say that she knows you. And then Joyce is saying, amen, sir. So I like to involve my audience in the interviews. Now, audience, here's what you can do for Trevor and for Girlfriends Tea with Sabrina. Share this, because Trevor's going to share this after he's done. But share this interview so that people can be inspired. I mean, look at what God gave you at 12 years old. You know how many, and I'm including us, you know how many of us give up?
Yeah.
You know, there's a poem called Don't Quit, because we never know how close we are.
Yeah.
We never know how close we are.
Lawn chair a long time ago.
What's that?
I could have folded like a lawn chair a long time ago, but
like a lawn chair. I love it. I love it. Well, everyone, I want to remind you that Girlfriends Tea, you can find out about us more at girlfriendstea.com. Go to girlfriendstea.net and get you some of my delicious tea. Now, I'm going to say this. I haven't released it yet, so y'all heard it first from me. But I have a tea named, 2 teas, will be named after VP Kamala Harris. I'm going to announce it this week. So one is Kamala's Joy. So good. Has hibiscus tea, flavorful, and hibiscus is grown in Jamaica. That's where it originated from. The plant is grown traditionally and originally in Jamaica, and of course other places are growing hibiscus. And Kamala's Blend, which is a chai tea. So I'm so excited. I'm working on my packaging now. Hint, Trevor. I'm working on my packaging, and we're not saying anything, y'all. We're not saying anything. But
we're gonna talk.
Trevor and I are gonna be working on something, and we're gonna be inviting y'all to the reveal. I said it, to the reveal of the new Girlfriends Tea packaging or whatever we're gonna do. So there we go. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have met you, and I'll be in touch with you and your crew, your wife and your daughter. Absolutely. God is good all the time. All right. So I'm gonna get y'all to hang tight with me after this interview. Okay. But I gotta do what I always do. When you in your interview on Girlfriends Tea, I toast you. And for the women, for Van and Layla, I'm gonna call you girlfriends. For the men, I very respectfully call him guy friend, because you can't be a boyfriend. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Girlfriend, guy friend. I gotta keep on living, Trevor.
Absolutely.
Keep on living. I'm always respectful to my ladies. And we got a couple more comments. And there we go. All righty. Here we go. And I want y'all to hang with me after the end of this interview. Here we go. You're so very welcome. And let me get rid of that comment that's showing. There we go. All righty, y'all.